This is Tybalt Drive in Fishers, Indiana. It was here where Tegan Heiniger, along with Grant and Tyler Gehrig, honed their craft as lacrosse players. The three future teammates grew up a few doors apart from each other, and the Gehrig house was the place to be for Heiniger.
I don't really remember meeting him. He was just kind of always there. Kind of a funny thing, he used to always be at our house during the summers. He would just walk in the front door and be there for the day.
We got to the point where during the summer I would spend every day at their house. So I decided one day, I don't need to knock on the door anymore. So I just started walking in the door and seeing what was up.
And he was really Grant's friend when we were younger. And then one day Grant went to summer camp and Tegan just kept coming. And that's kind of when him and I became good friends, is because then he was there and Grant wasn't, so we spent the week together.
All three played lacrosse through high school, but never on the same team. Fast forward to this past fall, and all three were reunited on the Taylor University campus. With the Gehrigs focused on football, Heiniger was the only one of the trio preparing for the inaugural varsity lacrosse season. But that didn't stop Heiniger from trying to recruit his neighbors to be a part of that first varsity season.
Just trying to get them to come play, seeing if it was possible, talking to the lacrosse coaches and talking to the football coaches. So every time I saw Tyler, I was like, so when you coming to play lacrosse with us?
After the football season came to a close, Tyler Gehrig was not ready to retire as a student athlete at TU. In fact, he had been considering playing lacrosse ever since he was a freshman.
I kind of always thought, man, once football's over, it'd be kind of fun to play club. It wouldn't be a huge commitment, and it'd be something fun to kind of finish my time out. And then it became an actual sport, and I was like, I don't know if that would actually work or if they'd even have me. But then I started talking to the coaches and some of the players, I guess back at the end of semester in J term, and I just kept pushing it off or thinking about it.
While Tyler was weighing his options, Heiniger had something in his dorm room that might influence Gehrig to join the team.
So we were cleaning out the lacrosse shed, and we had all these old sticks that people had donated, and I found the best stick, and I realized this is the same head that Tyler used in high school. And so I strung it up as a backup and just kept it in my room, so when we were trying to recruit guys, I could throw a stick in their hand and be like, hey, try this.
After I finally decided I was probably going to play, I had a meeting with the coaches. I called Tegan. I just asked him if he wanted to throw a little bit, just to kind of solidify my choice. And he's like, oh yeah, come over to my room. And I walked in, and there he's got the exact stick I used in high school, strung up the same way, as if he knew the whole time.
And I think we were out in the snow playing, and we started passing around, and he's like, wow, I still got it. And I think from there, once you get a stick in somebody's hand, they're usually ready to come play.
Grant Gehrig saw that stick in Tyler's room and began to think about playing lacrosse as well. But first, he would need the football coaching staff to allow him to play.
I talked to my position coach, Sean Lashbrook, a lot about it before, and he was like, yeah, you should really talk to Coach Korf about it. He's like, he was on my side. He really wanted to be able to do it, and he said he knew, especially with the possibility to play with Tyler again. He's like, you have to take that. So after having him talk to me about it, then I knew I could go talk to Coach Korf and it'd be okay. The big thing was remembering that football was the priority here, and then I was here, and the lacrosse coaches were super understanding, and they're like, hey, Grant can come to practice 1 or 2 practices a week and come to games. He's football all the other time. And so once I told Coach Korf that, he's like, all right, that's okay, as long as football is the deal. And so it ended up working out really well.
For the first time in their lives, Heiniger and the Gehrigs were teammates. They had come from Tybalt Drive to the first varsity season of TU lacrosse.
Before, I practiced a few times, and I'm like, okay, this is real. We're actually doing this.
Before the first scrimmage in the first game was kind of just it felt a little bit unreal. And then to do that with Tegan and with Grant, I don't know. Being the first ever season, the first ever game, first ever scrimmage, it was just super fun and emotional.
It was crazy. I didn't really have time to think about it, but when I did, I was like, wow, this is super special, and got a little emotional. But it was awesome. Just that opening face-off, I was doing the face-off, and Grant was on my wing.
Tegan went down. He's like, hey, I'm going to win this, Grant. I'm going to win it back to you. And then he did exactly that. So I was like, so that was super, super cool. Just to be able to do that with him, and just be playing together with Tyler and Tegan was awesome.
Following that first scrimmage, all three would be key players for the Trojans. Tyler Gehrig led TU in goals with 37. Grant Gehrig was second on the squad with 31 tallies and made the all-WAC second team. Heiniger was the team's top face-off man, leading the Trojans in wins and face-off percentage. This 2019 season was memorable for all of them, beyond what they did on the field.
Be able to play with Tyler and Tegan on the same team was like something like we always like thought like, oh, that'd be super cool, because like we'd always be in the backyard and like just like throwing like, hey, throw it here, pass it here, like run stuff, and then like actually be able to do it in real life and play together was super fun. And like I said, being able to play offense with Tyler and just like be able to be on the field like at the same time was super fun.
They definitely took our team to another level, and it was fun knowing that like we can beat any team we play if we play well and do our thing. And I think they helped us mentally and helped our team do that.
It was really special to finish kind of on a high note, starting a program, being a part of that, and then finishing out my career in athletics, getting a win at home was just super special.
With the Taylor men's lacrosse team, Rick Johnston, Trojan Sports Network.